Hey everyone, Christian here, and this is going to be a review on a palm that I thought I had done previously, which is Syagrus schizophylla, also known as the Arikury palm. So this palm has been used widely in the landscape in the mid to late 20th century, and not really as much in the 21st century. It's kind of been replaced by a number of other palms that kind of became more popular, such as the pygmy date, buteas, and just in the south, more like adenidias, Christmas palms that just found to be easier growers. As you can see, it's suffering from some magnesium deficiency, and although it does grow very well here otherwise. So this really doesn't get, as far as I know, a whole lot of fertilizer. It probably gets some irrigation, and it's actually a pretty decent looking specimen. So one thing that differentiates this palm from this Syagrus from most other in the genus is that it has arming on the petioles. You can see here the teeth and throughout the crown here. It is quite armed. You wouldn't want to put your hand in there. It has a very compact upright crown, and it'll hold some of its old leaf bases very almost straight upwards. So it's kind of neat. It's definitely one palm that you can distinguish because of these characteristics. And as the petioles get older, they actually turn some color. You can see in the middle here the petioles are all green, and then as you get further out, they actually turn almost like they get burnt by the sun. They turn kind of like a purplish brown to black color really at the end, and that really is kind of a sign of them kind of, I don't want to say drying out, but it's kind of getting weathered, and it kind of gives it a little bit of color that other than just like a straight green and gray color that you would get from many palms. So also, this is a mature palm, so it has a spathe here. This is a flower spathe, a peduncular bract coming all the way out. And like many Syagrus, one thing that's quite dangerous is if this were to, if you were to walk into this, that's not going to feel good. That'll puncture skin, so stay away from that. And it actually hangs its seeds out very conveniently. So when this opens and hangs seeds, it'll literally hang it next to the trunk, almost at like your hand's height, so you can literally just pick out the seeds. And the seeds will be slightly bigger than a queen palm, than a Syagrus romanzoffiana or queen palm seed, and they germinate almost identical ways. The seeds actual the nut of the seed is very thick, so it takes a little bit more heat and energy to germinate the seed. That's the only difference between this and say the queen palm. But as long as you give it that sort of heat and moisture, you'll be fine. As long as if the seed is fresh, make sure that you would float it before you would you go ahead and germinate it. And otherwise than that, it's a solid zone 9 B, probably going into 9A, and it makes a great palm for anywhere that if you can put it in full sun like most Syagrus. It tolerates a decent amount of drought and still looks pretty much the same. It has a very, like I said, the upright waxy leaflets keep the moisture in, does not let it transpire, and it doesn't really suffer from a whole lot of deficiencies that a lot of other more tropical Syagrus do. You can see there's a little bit of yellowing here, but that's more of just old leaflets, and there's a little bit of a magnesium issue, but other than that, it's a quite tidy plant. You can see it kind of just keeps it has some woody trunk. This is quite an old specimen. They're not the fastest growing in the genus, so I would say this palm's probably between 15 and 20 years old. So you'd think that's not that fast growing, and it's not really, but it does provide like a certain size. If I pan out, it's only about 12 feet tall. So if you're looking for a smaller, daintier palm that's easy to grow for your yard, that'll take full sun, this is actually not a bad choice. And the other thing is they are somewhat available in large sizes. So if you're looking for something different, it kind of has this kind of volcanic umbrella look about it, which does give it some ornamental value versus a floppier tropical plant that doesn't really have any symmetry about it. It's a symmetry that really brings out a lot of beautiful palms into the landscape, why they become more ornamental, have more ornamental value to them. So, but like I said, the seed is a little bit larger than the queen. Try and give it as much heat as you can, up to say 35 Celsius or maybe 95 Fahrenheit, and they will fresh seeds should germinate within a few weeks. You can see here, they will. There's a flower bract here, a peduncular bract here. There's one right there. There's one right there, and there's probably a fourth one in there that if I try and reach for, I'll probably start bleeding, so I'm not going to go for it. But this is, This palm, if it almost belongs to another genus because of the arming of the petiole and other characteristics that make it unlike many other species in the Syagrus genus. But as far as I'm concerned, that's really up to the botanist how the flowering structure works. The seed looks almost identical to a queen, so that would make sense why it would why it would stay in the genus. But it does look, like I said, it does look quite different. And there's many Syagrus that have this very upright, stiff look. A lot of them are a little bit smaller. They're dwarfs. They kind of only get maybe 3 to 5 feet tall. They're very nice looking, and Syagrus is actually a beautiful genus if you look at the entire spectrum in all of the species within the genus. So I'd recommend, taking a look at Syagrus and saying, hey, it isn't just, if people who don't like queen palms, take a look at all of the species and see what else they could also grow in their climate. And there's quite a number of both tropical and subtropical species within the genus. It's a very broad genus throughout South America. So anyways, I'm gonna leave that here. I hope you guys enjoyed the vlog. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe and you'll see many more palm reviews like this. And if you have any questions or comments about Syagrus before these dogs attack each other, leave it down below and I will get back to you guys and gals as soon as I can. And have a good day.